Today I was reading the book of Job, but I was reading it in a comic form. Let me see if I can show you guys this book that I just got. I was reading it in the form of a comic. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's a pretty cool book. But in here I was reading about the book of Job and how he was basically favored by God. He was loved by God, and all his friends, they respected him as a godly man. And he had so much, like this guy was rich with everything. And then the devil himself wanted to test him, and he went to God, showed up. One of the first fallen angels went to God and was like, Job over here. And God was like, yeah, he's with me all the time. He loves me, and there's nothing you can do to change his heart. Nothing at all that you can do. So God allowed for the fallen angel, the devil himself, to test Job by taking everything away from him. And God was like, go ahead, do it. He will not change his mind. He will not change his love towards me. And the devil went ahead and raided his whole entire village, pretty much, and took everything away from him, his camels, his sheep, everything from Job, and literally left him with nothing. Killed a couple of his family, actually. Killed his kids. And after all that, then the devil went back to God and was like, yeah, he's pretty stuck with you, right? And God was like, yeah, he's not changing his mind. He loves me so much. And then the devil was like, well, what if I actually touch him? What if I actually do harm to him? And God was like, he will still not change his mind because he loves me that much. And that's what he did. He wound up giving him a disease. He had a bunch of warts all over his body. And there's a picture in this book where it shows him with warts all over his body. And he looks inhumane. Like his buddies went to go see him because they were like, he left his bed. He was so much in pain that his skin was just falling apart. And he got up from his bed, and his wife was like, no, not him. Now I'm about to lose Job. I just lost my kids, and I'm about to lose Job. And Job went to the desert, and his friends found him and was like, we'll stay with you. We'll stay with you 7 days and 7 nights. And they stayed with him, and they went back and forth, because it looked like Job was losing his faith. It looked like Job was like just pissed off, but he wasn't pissed off at God. He was just pissed off at why this is happening to me. What have I done? And his friends were pretty much telling him that you're a sinner. You have sinned. There's something that you did, because this only happens to people who sin. Not quite. This is a test for all of us, that the only way you're going to actually learn the God's love and through his way, and actually grow more love and just be much more strong in your faith, is going through some tough times. And these tough times aren't meant to keep you down. They're meant to bring you down, but not keep you there. They're meant to actually lift you up and bring you back to a better state in mind, physically, and in the soul. And that's exactly what was happening to Job. I mean, God allowed for Satan himself to take everything away from him. Like, how can God do that? Like, as I was reading that, I was like, whoa, like God allowed this. He allowed for Satan himself to test, one of God's chosen, loved men. And he was able to still overcome all of that, and was like, I still believe in you, Lord. I still love you no matter what. Nothing can change my mind. Nothing can change my heart. And a lot of us go through that. Like, you're going through a situation right now where every time you get in the car, you get this motion sickness. Who knows what that is? It could be vertigo. It could be anything. I'm not a doctor. But the fact of the matter here is that we are trying. And we're not meant to stay there, We may go down, but we're not meant to stay there. We're meant to learn from this and exceed and become better people. So whenever you're going through some tough times, some moments in life where you're just not thinking right, You know, don't blame God. It is not God. And don't ever say, well, if there is a God, why would he allow this? That's not the case here. You're only going to grow in your faith through some trials and tribulations, tough times. Tough times are not meant to keep us down. All right? So